The 36th book that I completed in 2024 is The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. This is the prequel to the Chronicles of Narnia. He did not write it before the Chronicles of Narnia. I think he wrote it. It was the sixth book that he wrote in a series of seven books, but it is the first in terms of chronological order. This is not my genre. I think I've said that before. I do not enjoy fantasy novels and fantasy stories. I never did, not even as a kid. I love science fiction. Fantasy just doesn't do it for me. I've never read Lord of the Rings, and I don't really have a desire to. My love of Harry Potter surprises me, and I wish that I could articulate the differences between Harry Potter and other fantasy novels because I think Harry Potter is brilliant. This book really struck me as not so good. I mean, I think it's for a younger audience and a younger audience only. There are a lot of plot gaps and there's not a lot of character development. And so I'm at a loss as to what to say about, for example, the main characters are this boy Diggory and this girl Polly who discover these rings and they're able to enter the realm of Narnia and other realms as well. And Polly just doesn't get fleshed out at all. I mean, she's just such a extra character in the book. It's almost like a female for female's sake. Your token female in the book. Um, Aslan, the lion that we see in the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, is in this book. So we see the origin of that. We see the origins of everything that we see later in the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I actually have not read that book. I'm basing everything I know on the movie that I saw once and didn't care for that either. I'm not recommending this book because if fantasy is your genre, you could easily like this book, but it just didn't do it for me. Indiana, where I teach, has chosen this book as the junior academic Super Bowl book that all Indiana students who participate in Super Bowl, it's an academic competition, will read, and so that is why I read this book. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. There's a villain named Jadis, and there's sort of an anti hero named Uncle Andrew. Neither of them get fleshed out all that well. It's not short. I mean, it's 4 hours long, but it's 221 pages, so there was plenty of room for character development. But each chapter tends to introduce a new subplot, and so the plot is carried along instead of the characters being carried along. This did not make me want to read any further into the Chronicles of Narnia, the seven books of the Chronicles of Narnia, and I think I'm just going to leave it at The Magician's Nephew.